Welcome back. This is Shae Davis. And for those who are new, welcome, welcome, welcome. Over here on this channel, we take care of business first, okay? Let's handle our business first. Go ahead and subscribe. Thank you. Okay, now that you subscribe, make sure you hit that notification bell. So when we talking more, little chit-chatting, I want to make sure you're not left out the conversation. So go ahead and hit that notification bell. Okay, now you guys know what to do. If you either can help somebody with this video, go ahead and share it. And if you guess what, you want to throw somebody a subliminal message, I said a subliminal message, go ahead. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Go ahead and share it for that reasons also. Today, we're going to talk about let those kids go ahead and fight. They're going to be better for it. As simple as that. They will be better because you allowed them to be who they are. Now, let me just go ahead and relax and go and get into it. It starts with their siblings. They need to know how to be able to argue without you jumping up in it every single time, trying to stop every argument. Now, what you can do is stop it before it get physical. That's different. But they need to be able to know how to use their verbiage to, instead of their hands, to solve and resolve arguments with. If it starts at home, when they get into the real world, guess what? Because they actually love these people. The most heated arguments are with people that you love or people that you care about. So it starts at the sibling level first. And I try to tell people this. I said, listen, and I'm not an expert on every area, but when it comes to them kids, I'm very much alert. And I do know that if you allow your kids to argue with each other, not physical, because then physical is a consequence when you become older with the law and the police and all that. So then I feel like us as parents, we can let them argue verbally with each other without jumping into everything. And my kids, they know they can have a whole argument over there and be as loud as they want to be, but if I hear somebody hit or something like that, I've only had to correct that once, and they were little bitty boys when I had to do that. Now they know how to just, they state their opinion, and they all got strong will, they got strong opinion. Because see, that's what you think about, that's what you want to raise. It's somebody with their own thoughts, their own minds, that you can't be swaying them in no shape, form, or fashion. But if you always stifle them with everything they say, every argument, you there to save the day with your cape on, then what are you really teaching them? When they go out in the real world and they have an argument with a classmate, or they have an argument with somebody in the real world, and they don't know how to compose themselves. But if they've practiced that all their life with their siblings, guess what? They're going to be very, very, articulate on how to express themselves without having to get enraged and things of that nature. So I can just say this. I went off. I went to whole nother segment. So I'm going to start going with this segue, and I come back to the other. But to not allow your kids space to develop, not just they're going to naturally develop physically and mentally and emotionally and things of that nature, but to not let them take advantage of the fact that they have siblings and they're able to work things out. They're going to win some and they're going to lose some. Isn't that real life? We are trying to teach these kids about real life. And because we're trying to teach them about real life, we need to let them have fights, verbal fights, and be okay with that. You can fight with your siblings. Like me and my sisters, we have words, ain't what? I don't mean nothing to me. Because guess what? At the end of the day, we still going to be sisters. And at the end of the day, if I'm wrong, I'm grown now. So if I'm wrong, I'm going to apologize. And we're going to move forward. And they're going to apologize. But there ain't nothing that I'm saying so wrong to my sister that I can't come back. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like we ain't doing no tit for tat. Like, girl, that's why you this. Oh, girl, that's why you that. No, if I'm going to come with an argument, I'm going to come with a whole case like a lawyer. Packing my bag, my suitcase, my briefcase and everything. Because I'm going to fact check you. And so I noticed that, when kids see how you operate, they have a tendency to emulate it. When my sons and they trying to have their little facts together, and I'll be like, okay, I respect that. Because you can't do respect that. And I ain't going to say facts will always win everything, but because you gotta understand this perception and there's all the other stuff that goes with it. But I think it begins with you being able to verbalize and state your opinion. And I came up old school, so we used to work them hands. We didn't do any work. But I would tell my kids, I want you to be better than what I do, better than what I did. I want you to be better than I did. We knew how to fight. That's what we were taught to do. Physically fight. And so I just remember a lot of times just getting up. I didn't even know what was going on outside. But I would be asleep in the house, and they'd be like, oh, you know, you would come running in to let me know my sister's in a fight. I just get up and start fighting. I had no idea what I'm fighting about. I just get fight. But it's the fact I knew it was my sister, and nobody wasn't finna bring it. Like, nobody gonna bring no smoke to her. And if they're gonna bring it to smoke to us, we're gonna be out, both of us. It's gonna be both. It's not gonna be just one person. So, yeah, I'm from that school of, you know, if your sister fighting, you better be in there fighting too. Period. So what if she wrong? You don't know if she wrong or right. You just in there fighting because that's what you was taught to do. And so I very much, and this is a new school, because see, like right now they won't let kids. This system's not set up for kids to make mistakes or just to be kids like we were. They wouldn't take kids. If you over 10 years old, they'll take your kid to jail. Handcuffs, the whole nine. They wouldn't take your kids to jail. So even before I realized they wouldn't take kids to jail at 10 years old, when I had my first son, I was you know, just overwhelmed with the fact that, hey, I got a whole human being depending on me to be the best I can be. And yeah, that was overwhelming. Like, I can feel like I can tear right now because I'm responsible for a whole nother person. You know what I'm saying? Because I was always, it's all about Shae Davis. Shae Davis. And all persons who knew me back before I had kids, that met me now, they'd be surprised that I have kids. I was like, I don't know why. It ain't that I didn't want kids. It was just like at that point, I was just enjoying every season of my life. And I try to tell my kids too, enjoy your teenage years. Enjoy, enjoy. While you're in the moment, enjoy it. And so, yeah, I just think that we let our kids, I digress, Chad. I went off to a whole other subject. If we let our kids learn the skills of how to maneuver with people while they're under our care at home, we are preparing them for the world. That's the best thing you can possibly do. You think you have more drama within your family, whether it be with mom and daddy, cousins, uncles, whatever. Well, you got more drama inside your family that you can learn how to operate in the world. And I kind of believe that that's the basis of family. If you take advantage of it, if you view it in that sense, who do you argue most with? You don't argue most with your coworkers. Over your lifespan, you can argue more with people who are related, running your blood, running right through the same vein, same blood running the same vein. So I think if we as parents shift our minds to know that our argument's not bad. Sometimes it teaches them negotiation skills. It teaches them how to get along with people. It teaches them that this too shall pass. That even after we get in this big old argument, guess what? I'm going to love you still the next day. It teaches us so much when we just allow and sit back and let our kids be kids. Kids not going to make all the right moves. We didn't make all the right moves as kids. We don't make all the right moves as adults. So surely we can't expect kids to make all the right moves. But if I think that if we are giving good stewardship, we do good stewardship, we take it serious and we guide them as to how far to go with that, then I think it helps them in the long run. And most parents want to help their kids be better and greater than they were. So I tell mine, don't use your hands, use your words, expand your vocabulary so that you can express yourself in a controlled manner. And you can disagree with somebody, and it's okay. It's okay. Y'all disagree. Y'all don't have to be on the same page about everything. Because imagine if we all on the same page, how boring would it be? Imagine if we all looked alike. How boring would that be? So, y'all go on. I'm just want to encourage you, give you some mama encouragement today. Let them kids argue. Go ahead and let them argue. That's all right. They're going to be all right. The most arguments they're going to have is at your house while they're young. Because at some level, when you become adults, some things you're going to say, hey, that ain't worth me arguing about. Let me just walk away from it. But if you don't ever give them the skills, if you always want to be super mom, super dad, running in with your cape on, just not allowing them just to fuss with each other and things like that, then you missing out on a big or huge part of life lessons on them just learning how to communicate with other people, learn how to control themselves when they are in disagreement, when things don't go your way. You learn it's so many lessons in allowing them to just argue with their siblings and cousins and stuff like that. And even when cousins argue, mom and daddy stay out of it. Stay out of it, because you want to have a tendency of, that's my baby, or that's my baby. But it's the same person who's trying to protect their baby is the same person that if somebody else was coming in trying to hurt your niece and nephew, then you be like, oh, no, then they become your baby. So my thing is, if you love them all, just love them all. Let them be what they gonna be. Let them figure it out. You at some point had to figure it out. And even though we weren't allowed really to argue like that in our household, I think that it's a big reason why I will rather not deal with you than to talk it out and argue with you. I would rather just walk away. I honestly would rather walk away than to just sit up and argue with somebody or, be a friend. I'm a loyal friend, but I ain't gonna say I'm the best friend to a person, because I'm not that one that's gonna go in the trenches like gonna be petty with you. I'm not gonna, when you're in your petty mode, I'd rather let you make it. I would let you make it before I be like, oh girl, what's wrong with you? And I'm calling you, and so I'm not a good friend like that. I'm not. I'm trying to do better, Chad, but I'm not a good friend like that. And the older you get, people fall off. But if I feel like it's a tangent bit, drama baby boom, I am not that chick. If I can't call you every day, and you get an attitude because I can't call you every day, when you know I got these responsibilities, you know what I'm saying? That might be to dissolve our relationship. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not trying to do that. I ain't gonna say I'm not that I'm above it. I'm gonna say that I'm not accustomed to doing it, nor do I feel like if you don't call me, if I'm here for you for 5 months, and I call you and you don't call me, all I'm gonna chalk it up to, she busy. I'm gonna leave it just like that. You call me 5 minutes later, we're gonna pick it up where we left it off and keep on chopping it up. No problem. Because I know if you ain't calling me, it gotta be some other stuff going on. Because I know I'm not the center of your world, nor do I want to be. But when it's flipped around and I don't even know how I got on this. Oh, we're talking about kids. I said, how did I get this stuff? But it's flipped around and you call, and you do me like you act funny with me because I ain't called you. I don't know why I'm like that. I'd rather just let you make it. I ain't gonna pull up to your house. I'm gonna try to call you once. I'm gonna call one time, maybe 2. But if you act like I owe you something or act like that, when you don't call me, I'm cool with it. When I don't call you, guess what? You should be cool with it. But ain't no day you gonna be able to call me and say, Shae, I need, and I ain't gonna come through, period. I'm trying to do everything I can to be there, that kind of thing. I'm that kind of friend. I don't have to talk to you every day to be, a friend to you. We can talk once a year, and guess what? I'm good. So I got some friends I don't even talk to in 10 years, but if we call right to this day, we're gonna be on the phone for hours. We don't even have to talk. We can get on Facebook or somewhere and plan a trip without ever seeing each other or verbally speaking about it. Everybody get their ticket. We all show up. Guess what? We've got to have a blast. We've got to have a great, great time because it's understood. So we don't have to express what's understood. It's understood that we friends. And so I just don't think, I don't even know how I got, I digress. Okay, we talking about children. So let them kids argue. Let them argue because they're better for it. Okay, as long as it's not physical, let them argue until they figure it out. Okay, that's words from Shae Davis. Appreciate you guys for watching. Go ahead and hit that notification bell so you know the next time I post. What we gonna do? And we're gonna take our kid. We ain't gonna take our hands completely off them kids. What we're gonna do is stop. We're gonna take our cape off, and we ain't gonna try to solve all their issues because they're gonna need those skills for this real world. All right, y'all have a good one.